Hey guys, this is Jordan here from Tech Today, and in this video I have a $500 gaming PC build for you guys, so let's get started. To start out this gaming PC build, we have an Intel Pentium G3258 dual-core CPU by Intel. So this chip is clocked at 3.2 GHz and it's overclockable, which is a huge advantage, so you can easily get 4.5 GHz or even higher with a good aftermarket cooler, which we will be having in this build. And it's really an incredible chip overall, and it's priced at about $70, which is so cheap considering its performance. So now for the CPU cooler, as I just mentioned, we have a Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, and this is a great overall CPU cooler. It has a really good price of about $35, and it's the most common CPU cooler on the market. Almost everyone has one, and it just does great considering its price point, and that's an incredible cooler for this build. So for the motherboard in this build, I've decided to go with a really nice stable motherboard from MSI. So I picked out the MSI Z97 PC Mate motherboard, and this has a ton of features like stated 6 gigabits per second and a great cooling design on the VRM, and it also is Z97, so you can overclock it really nicely with that Pentium, and it's also the 1150 socket, so you can interchange it at any other point for a different CPU like an i-series, so that you can get better performance out of it instead of just the Pentium. And it's overall just a great motherboard, and I do recommend that for this build. For the memory in this build, I decided to go with the Kingston Fury Black series, and this is 8 GB, and it's 4 GB sticks, so you can run them in dual channel, and it's also 1600 MHz, and that's like the industry standard. That's all you need for gaming. Anything more is just unnecessary, so that'll do just fine in this build. So for the storage in this build, I've decided to go with one 1TB Western Digital Caviar Blue hard drive, and this has 64 MB of cache, and it's 7200 RPM, and it's pretty efficient, but of course definitely not as fast as an SSD, but you can always upgrade that down the future, and I do recommend that as well, because that will give both storage and speed all in one package, and I definitely recommend that. But this is plenty of storage for all your game library and anything you like to put on it, because it's 1TB, so that's what I recommend for this build. So for the GPU in this build, I've gone with an EVGA GTX 750 Ti FTW edition. And this has 2 GB of GDDR5 memory and the ACX cooling unit, so it'll be really nice and cool and quiet. And it will do a pretty nice job with the Pentium, and in Battlefield 4 on medium to high, you should be getting around 30 FPS, which is pretty decent considering it's only a $500 gaming PC build. And overall, it's a pretty nice card considering it's about $120, and I do recommend that for this build. So for the case in this build, I've decided to go with an NZXT Source 210 Elite. And this is a really nice overall case. I've actually built the system with it, and it's pretty easy to build in, and it has a pretty nice clean aesthetic to it overall. USB 3 on the front panel, and it's just pretty nice overall. And it has easy to remove drive bays, and it just looks clean, I think, personally, and that's what I recommend. So for the power supply in this build, I decided to go with a Corsair CS450M, and this is a semi-modular power supply, and it's 80 plus gold efficiency, which is really nice, so it'll do great in the power bill. And overall, it's a really nice unit considering it's semi-modular, so you can only use the cables you need, and they only plug in the ones, they only have the ones already wired that you need essentially, and then the extras you can just plug in yourself, so if you don't need them, you don't have to put them in, which is a really nice advantage, and I do like that about this power supply unit. And it's also really reliable because it's from Corsair, so you got really nice Japanese capacitors and overall great components. So this has been the $500 gaming PC build for January 2015. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next ones. See ya!